phone.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogi Monster here, along with Stevie B.
Hello.
Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as we like to call it. Hope everybody's doing well. It's great to see everybody in chat already. I always forget to click on comments again after I start this. So I'm like, oh yeah, who is in chat? Danny Staten, what's up, buddy? Grasshopper, what's going on, man? Hi, Judy.
Hey, Karen.
Karen, welcome. Hey, Sharon. That's about it. All five of us. Hey, gotta start somewhere.
Right?
Just jump to 14, just like that. Or went down to 4, and my eyes are bad. So yeah, hope everybody's well tonight. Like I said, it's great to see everybody. If you're new here, welcome. What we do here is we just kind of hang out. We invite anybody to come on. I do post a link in chat, so anybody can just click on the link, come hang out. Follow the directions. If you do click on the link, it's pretty easy. If you don't want to be on camera, you just hit stop camera at the bottom of the screen. You don't have to be on camera.
That sounds like something in the cabinet.
Some weird shit going on around here.
Same time your phone goes off.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
I know.
No, it can't be the laundry basket again because I took it off the chair. I put it on the floor. Shit's falling. Shit's, weird stuff.
Yeah. Something just made a noise over in the kitchen area towards that way. Sounded like something in the cabinet tipped over. Or, I don't know. Hard to say.
What's up, Val? Yeah, no, we had some weird shit going on before, but
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Sharon Guy is just stopping in to say hi before she's heading to Arkansas. She's going to hang out with Christy Sy and all that.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Very cool. Give Christy a big hug for me.
Right. Y'all be safe. Have fun.
That should be a fun trip.
Keep in touch. Yeah, that ought to be real fun.
Karen, how are you? It's good to see you here. Mr. Hand, what's happening, Rex?
Here, I'm spilling my coffee over
Yeah, I don't think I see everybody. It's weird. You know how you have the live chat and the top chat?
Yeah.
I don't think everything comes up here, or it just comes up slower.
I think it's a delay on your side. But not for long, it doesn't seem.
Chim Cherie.
Sure.
It's your turn.
I just said no. Oh, no. Nope.
Anybody else?
Go for it.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious pie. What's up?
There you go. Hello. I just say hello, pie.
Shadow Time Rider. What's up?
Hey.
Welcome. So what I do, like I said, is I post the link in chat, so I'll do that right now. Link is in chat. Anybody wants to click on, come on, talk about whatever. We're
that's what we do.
Yeah, we'll just figure out something to babble about as we go, and
right.
There's no plan, rhyme, or reason to this. It's just a place to hang out. Anybody want, like I said, whatever you want to talk about, as long as it's not politics and religion. I'm good.
Right. Although occasionally we kind of slide in that direction.
I remember religion, but not politics.
Yeah, true. Well, they're hand in hand sometimes.
Breeze, how are you? Good to see you.
Hey, Breeze.
You got to get up this way, man.
Right.
Well, there's so many Floridians here,
I know.
That we really got to. And they're within 50 miles.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people.
There is. We're kind of in the middle of everybody.
Yeah, we got to plan a night to hang out.
Right.
Oh, feels like something got something in my eye.
Once it gets a bit cooler.
Yeah.
It's getting there. It's that brutal summer that we just had.
Oh, we got this great park over here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can fish. But yeah, we gotta get together, guys. Reese says I'm trying.
The park would be perfect.
Yeah, I don't know if they have barbecues or anything.
They do.
Like, do they?
Yeah.
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 You guys know I like to cook. Yeah, it's a pretty cool park. There's a lot of waterfront. So.
Yeah, the whole park is.
And it's kind of known for its sunsets.
Oh,
Every day you'll see somebody out on the dock right out behind
people are
behind
lined
the
up.
house just to walk out, take a picture, and then get off the dock because the dock is facing the sunset. So people, there's always three of them. Usually, if they're not taking selfies, they have somebody taking a picture for them.
But the park, people are lined up the whole wall. It's like you'd almost think there was some kind of show or something, but it is.
It's Mother Nature.
Mother Nature. It's
Sorry, guys.
pretty
There's something
cool.
in my eye.
Your finger.
My whole hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's just gorgeous. The sunset.
Right now, like midsummer, there's certain months, like there's a certain span where we get a great sunset, but right now it's from our backyard, it's setting behind it. It's more south. So we get to see a spectacular sky. We'd have to walk over to the dock to see the actual sunset.
The actual sun.
But it is amazing. There's a moth flying around my computer. All right, what's going on in this house?
What?
My eye feels like somebody poked it, but it feels like there's something under my eyelid. Sorry, guys.
No, the moth is over here on my side. Go back over there.
I think I do. I'm gonna go get some.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you.
No, I'm gonna get up actually right now. Guys, I'll be right back. Stevie, it's all yours.
Ha ha ha. No, when we first moved in, you could see the sunset a lot better as the summer passes. It moves forward further south. The sky is freaking amazing, just as beautiful as the sun. All the colors. Hey Val, how you doing? Crazy cat. Rex Hand, how y'all doing? Mr. Fritz, how are you? Y'all coming in case you're wondering why it's just me. Mo got something in his eye. He went to go put some drops in his eye. So you're stuck with me. Jay, who are you saying what to? What? I can hear him. I can hear his tone.
Huh?
Talking about Jay. He said, what? I said, who are you saying what to? I can hear the tone in his word. Sorry, I'm reading chat though.
Let's see if that helps. I don't know.
Better?
We'll see. It feels better, but I think it's because I'm getting a constant breeze, and I think with this Bell's palsy, it's like it's still around. It's not gone. Crazy cat, how are you? My eye doesn't. I don't blink fully, so my eye dries out. That's what I think's going on because I can feel it starting to dry, get dry, and it feels.
We can cut that fan down so there's not that much of a breeze. Let me do that.
Mr. Fritz, what's up, Jay? Michael Haywood.
I just read something. Danny was in the hospital twice this week.
What's yeah, I was just scrolling up. Danny, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Are you feeling better or what's going on? You need a spoonful of sugar.
Wait, I read something that Jay's going fishing soon.
Is he?
Yeah. Where you going, Jay?
Do tell.
Right?
You shore fishing? You going out on a boat? What are you doing?
You going in your backyard?
Come on, tell us about it.
Michael Haywood.
Sorry, guys. My eyes it'll suddenly start burning. All right, link is in chat. Anybody gets the inkling they want to come on, just push that button.
Right? Come say hello.
Nasty wire, man. Oh, we got tetanus. Did you get the lockjaw that goes with it? Because that sucks. No, man, that's a good idea. You know, stay current. I think a tetanus shot's good for every 10 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've had the lockjaw. Not fun. But heal, brother, heal.
Yeah, right. Rest.
That's our answer to everything.
Well, that's
Rest.
the only way you get better is if you rest.
Yeah, I've been having issues besides this with my back and my
He has
leg and
issues,
my
all right.
hip, and it's all connected. You know, it's all this whole muscle group that I can't work out. You know, so it's debilitating. The pain gets to where like I can't stand for any period of time right now, and walking is like brutal. But I've had it before, and I it'll go away.
He won't sit still long enough to let his
I
body
got
heal.
shit to do. You know, it's
You
like
know, I
life
don't want
goes
to hear
on.
it. You don't
can't,
rest.
You know,
You got to rest your
I
body.
got to work through it. So today, I took it easy.
Yes.
Luckily, work's been slow. I don't mind that right now because I am in the middle of projects, painting, stuff I'm doing around here. So the only thing I painted today was the wall next to me. This little 2 foot by 6 foot section.
It's cute. It's a little wall. No, that's good. I was glad to hear that you took it easy
This
for
is
a
all I
change.
painted was this from floor to ceiling.
You took it easy for a change, so
No,
that's good.
No, because when I had this years ago, I had it twice and 2 different times. It took me out of work for 2 weeks, you know, a week each time. So I'm really thankful that work is the way it is right now, and I can take it a little easier. But yeah, I massage my leg every night with the massager and anything that, you know, the muscles that are attached, but they're just so tight that it's going to take a little while to really loosen it up. I don't do medications like prescription medications.
CJ said, you got the rest of your life to finish. I always tell him, what's the rush?
Oh, you mean the...
Resting. Taking it easy.
Do we? Do we have the rest of our lives? I mean, that's as long as you have, actually, is the rest of your life.
Right.
But how long it is, that no one knows.
Hey, Pat. That's a good paint job, Oaks.
What's up, Pat? Oh, thanks. It's getting there.
It looks good.
It just feels good
It does.
because it's been like this for a long time. I don't know if this is the original paneling, because behind the refrigerator there's a piece of dark paneling, so that kind of threw me off. But it's old, and rather than change it, I just painted it, and it just changes the whole feel of the room.
It just opens it up, and
once the floor is in,
and
everything's where it should be, it'll look good.
yeah, it's already looking good.
I wish I took more pictures.
I know. Well,
I took some. I have to look and see really what I took. You know, I think I might have did a little video or
online pictures.
Sorry, I gotta never set this thing up on my camera. My laptop is on a wobbly surface, so every time I touch it,
There's that right beside you. I said set it on.
Oh,
that.
this, yeah. I don't know if that'll do it.
That's why I set it there.
I'm going to leave it the way it is just for now, just because.
Yeah. Well, 'cause
Well, the microphone's sitting on this thing too. I'd rather just pull that thing out. No. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Let's see.
no, there's not an earthquake.
That'll work. You guys can hear us okay? No problem? I'm not used to talking with the microphone so far away. I mean, we've been doing it for a while now,
it's
but
been a while.
it's weird.
I know, but you did it for so long with it right there.
Well, normally where it
Yeah.
should be. But it's the only way we could do it. To
I
do
know.
it this way, the setup we have, it's
I know.
working.
It is.
So,
And get one that hangs, you know.
get what?
One that hangs. The drop down.
Yeah. I have to have it come off of here.
Yeah. Just thought.
No, I've looked at the booms for the microphones, and
Yeah.
this camera I've been using from the beginning. I mean, it works, but I'm curious, like, what else is out there?
Oh, there's a lot. Are you kidding?
I don't want like a TV camera.
No,
I don't need some.
no.
So
But there's a
this
lot
thing's
of
resting on the top of
webcams.
my computer. It's just this little hook-on thing, and
There's a lot of really good webcams out there.
it's been working great. I'm just curious, like, what else is out there? Just, I don't know. I mean, I don't want you to see this any more than you already do. I mean, you don't need to see the creases in my forehead, or not that you see my forehead.
I was going
but
to say, we don't see it now. Not at all. It sounds clear.
Kate Smasher, what's up? I just saw Stats. I don't know, Stats in here? Did she pop in? Over in OMG, it's Wix on his channel. He was just live for about 40 minutes just before I came on.
Yeah, it was cool to hear she was there.
It was her first time there. It was my first time, I think. No, maybe second, as far as a live goes.
I've never
in
seen it
chat.
live. I didn't even see that when I was buzzing around the house trying to get myself together.
Yeah, of course I threw it in chat. I was like, hey, dude, I was like, hey, Wix, love what you do. Love to get your opinion on the skunk ape. I'm going live. I'll be live from 9 to 11. I had to condense it, but I threw it in chat. Basically inviting him on.
Right?
You figure, why not?
Yeah,
I
right?
think it would be cool to talk to him.
Oh, that'd be
He's
cool
fun.
as shit. He's funny as hell. Everything
know,
he says
and-
is true.
Well, because when he looks at it he'll look at it from a Floridian's point of view, and then he'll also do a non-Floridian or new Floridian,
yeah,
point of view, who are usually more cautious and just are afraid of everything. The new Floridian, like the alligators and all this shit, and the Floridians who think a Cat 1 hurricane is just
catastrophe.
no, a Floridian.
Oh, the
thinks a Cat
Floridian.
1
No,
is
it's a thunderstorm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Saturday shower,
Yeah. I like the one you talked about, the wiper blades when you're driving. It starts raining and you don't turn your wiper blades on that much. Somebody that isn't used to driving in the rain every day, aren't you going to turn the wiper blades on? Turn your wiper blades on. I can't see. I can see fine.
Yeah, no, I can't. I gotta. You see me with the wiper blades.
I know, but it's true though.
She's right on time. She knows. What time is it? I'm gonna 20 minutes in. She's gonna. I'm gonna start documenting this.
Yeah. All right.
So Stevie's gonna bounce for a minute and take the little shit for a walk.
Take a little shit for a shit.
Take a little shit for a shit. No, that's Lucy. She's gotten older and a little more needy, and
We're on.
it's her.
Well taken care of.
She gets me up 2-3 times a night. She'll just bark once or twice, and I'm up. Gonna let her out. She's got to come out, get some water, and then go out and pee. And it's just like, I'm tired. It's like, what's the alternative? I mean, I got to do it. But it starts to get annoying. Just get into a sleep and fucker. So, hey, since she's not here, she won't go back and watch this. So this coming up Tuesday the 28th is Stephanie's or Stevie B's birthday. So any guests that might think they might come on just to say happy birthday to her, get a birthday hat. Let's freak her out a little bit. Let's throw this little kind of weird party. She's outside, so she doesn't know. I was trying to figure out how the hell I could talk to you guys. She's coming back in. Yeah, so that's next Tuesday. Find it, Trackway. What's up? Hey, Jen. Don't comment it. See, at least she's quick about it.
Not always. What the hell are you talking about?
Sometimes she wanders off. Like when I let her out, she goes out. As soon as she gets out, she takes a leak, comes right back in. And the trick is, I don't turn on any lights. Like whatever's on is on. It's a dim light in the kitchen. Because once you turn on a bright light, your what is it? Melatonin or something drops or raises or something. The light fucks you up and it'll wake you up. So I try to stay in that waking up mode. So I stay out of the bright lights. I know it sounds weird, but it's a true story. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. Michael, have you discovered fishing? All you need is a line and a hook and bait. Be it artificial, live, either or.
She's gonna get me back up in a minute.
I'd love to do this in a British accent, but I won't. I was flying over England when a rock punched a hole in my umbrella. I looked down to spot the Sasquatch responsible, but instead I spotted that wretched Mr. Lee just as he threw another one. Sorry, Mary.
Yes. Yes.
Mogs, I've got 3 topics for you tonight. Choose your own adventure.
Still. Hey, Miss
Something
Bill.
still.
Still, come get trippy with this old ass hippie. LOL.
Come get trippy with this old ass hippie. Really? Do I come off as a hippie? Wow. Why not? What the hell? That was, yeah, it's funny. We were talking about that, the other day? About the 70s.
I just said I was going to end up having to get back up again.
Where is she? She's under your
Right
feet.
here. I got it. What's yours?
No shit. So Lucy has problems also with. Sometimes she won't tell you she has to go pee. She'll just let it fly. And
I don't think she knows.
One day we did the show about 2 weeks ago, and somehow she went right in between us and pissed on the floor. We didn't hear it. We didn't know until after the show. We got up and I was like, "Wait, where the fuck did that come from?" She's looking at me. I'm looking at her. It's like I didn't do it. But
True story.
yeah.
All right. Next time you get up.
I'm just, I can see better right now, so now I can go back and chat.
Yeah, I'm just reading back myself. Trackway, hey.
Gate Smasher says scraping ice off the windshield and having the snow pile up. Glad I got the wipers fixed. Aren't you in Florida?
Right.
I love snow. I do. I hate the cold. So, oh well.
Yeah, I agree.
No, I got completely turned off to winter in Wisconsin. That was just ungodly cold, and God bless the people who live there that they can actually survive that shit.
Well, they're used to it.
Yeah, I know. That's brutal. That's brutal. So
I couldn't do it.
I get annoyed if it gets to be 50 here.
I get annoyed if it goes below 60.
No.
No, I can't help it. I get cold. I start shivering. I hate it. I hate that my blood's thinned out so thin.
Yeah, well, when I left Florida to go back to Arizona, the last time I went back to Arizona, I left in January, and it wasn't terrible here. I mean, it was chilly, but
It was just
I kind of
cool.
forgot where I was going. And okay, well, it's like this in Florida, so I forgot. And when I got to, how do we go? When I camped out in Louisiana with Claude Knoll, it was fucking cold. I mean, overnight low, it was like 20 degrees, and I was in that pop up and like I had some propane that time, but I ran out. And
Can't do it.
it was cold, but that turned me off to cold even more. And like Arizona cold was too cold.
I think it wasn't it in LBL that one night? Like the last night I stayed, I think it went down to 40.
Did it?
Yeah. And I fucking froze.
I don't remember it being that cold.
Yeah, I do.
Living here in Florida is really nice. Absolutely. As long as,
It
you
is.
dodge those hurricanes and
Alligators and
what was the other one we just saw?
crocodile.
Crocodiles.
Yeah, there's a crocodile.
I know there's crocodiles
Pompano
here.
Beach.
I've heard that there's crocodiles here, but
It's under a dock in Pompano Beach. Like a 10-foot crocodile. Huge. Monstrous. Look like a freaking dinosaur. Swimming in the ocean.
yeah, we don't need those. I mean,
Makes me think of sharks as pets.
no, it's like
I mean,
more like alligators. Alligators aren't as aggressive, I don't think, as a crocodile.
no, alligators aren't aggressive. They're not predatorial like that.
Although they're territorial.
They are.
We see that every day because we have
Indeed.
gators right outside our door, and
Just
the big
evening.
the big one will keep the little one away. He'll
Yeah.
chase it away. Anything that comes around, he chases away, unless it's bigger than him. Then he runs.
then he runs.
But it's interesting. It's interesting to see the way the turtles react and interact with the gator.
They're all over the gators. I mean, it's a
Like-
trip. You'll see the gator snap at a turtle and
But not really trying. It's more like a fuck
it's like
off
an
me,
annoyance thing. Like get the fuck out of here.
But it's just it's cool. I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Is I mentioned it before. I just haven't had time, and now I can see where I'm going to have a little bit of time this winter on my hands, so I can start filming stuff out there.
You should.
Um,
It's so cool. It's just it's relaxing.
they sprayed that. I told you they sprayed the weeds out there, and they died quick. And we had some rain yesterday and last night. That it was more rain than we got here during that hurricane, the last hurricane,
I mean, twice the rain that we got for that last hurricane.
if not
Easily,
more.
if not more. Yeah.
And when it comes into this corner of the lake where we live, it pushes everything out further into the lake, and it follows this wall right in front of us. But there's this boat sitting here,
So
so everything kind of stopped right in front of that boat, which means it backed up. All the weeds backed up right into front of my.
it's all gobbed
backyard.
up and it's half dead. It's rotting.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I walked out. I'm like,
stink
oh,
soon.
you gotta be kidding me.
I mean, it opened up that whole wall as far as like now you can fish it.
Yeah. I did take the pole out and I cast the line and didn't look before I did.
Come
And
to gators.
the one was there and was going for my line. You see me just reeling it real quick. I'm like, no. Yeah, it was the only time I cast. Both Elvis and Junior was both out there.
Who else did I just see here? Huffcast, what's up? Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, I haven't even been keeping up with chat.
Slacker.
Well, I mean, I was a little busy there for a while.
What is Michael giving deodorant tips here? What is this?
Michael Haywood said Moji could use a boat for a guest house.
Do what?
Michael Haywood said Moji can use the boat for a guest house.
If it wasn't mine, I don't even know if I would do that.
I know, right? I was like, yeah, no.
I know it's been in that boat.
Yeah. And at the same time, we don't know what's been in that boat.
No, we do and we don't.
do and we don't.
It's when I don't want to know what's been in that boat.
No.
So Jay, I'm going to give you a call this weekend or tomorrow, or whatever, and we're going to have a little chat. It's time to get together.
Right.
Oh, we've only hung out once. We went out to lunch or dinner. Italian place.
Yeah, we gotta do something.
Well, once I get this place in order, it'll be easier to have somebody over,
Yeah.
What's up, Pat?
Hey, I'll come over anytime. I mean,
There's a.
Always.
I mean, it looks pretty good. I like the blue gray paint job you're throwing on it, man. It looks good.
Yeah, it's a very light blue. It works though. I mean, it was actually on the same splotch card, so we went with it.
It is. Yeah, I know, right? So that's why samples are very important. Like you got to get that little quart sample and make sure that's the color you want. I'm actually painting a house right now with that exact same color.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming out good. It gives you a good feeling because now it feels more like it's mine, and I'm not living someone else's space.
Yeah.
Because the paneling and it came furnished. The whole place was as is.
Turnkey.
Yeah, turnkey.
I get that.
So
dude, I get that more than you know. I'd be happy just to put a fucking Motley Crue poster on the wall and say it's mine. It's different. It's mine.
Yeah.
That's fun, but I get it.
You have no idea, bro.
And next I'm doing the floor.
Oh, I do.
What are you gonna do to the floor? What?
Oh, I already ripped out all the carpeting and linoleum, and I'm going to put in laminate flooring.
LVPs, as we call them in the industry.
What is it?
LVPs. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I know what you're talking about, and that is the way to go for sure.
Yeah, no, it's you can get the different thicknesses as far as underlayment. It's almost like well, you know what it is, but not everybody does. Like picture padding underneath the carpet. You can get a shit padding, or you can get good padding. You can do the same thing with the underlayment for a laminate flooring. So
yep, it's extremely popular, dude. It's very popular. It's kind of a go-to thing.
I've installed a lot of flooring laminates. So I'm looking forward to doing my own again. Like I realized when I was painting the other night that holy shit, I'm painting my place. This is mine. I'm not doing this for somebody else.
Yeah.
So, Paulie, what's up, man?
Hey guys.
What?
Oh,
Hey.
Pat, stop it! Your favorite nemesis. Just stop it right now. Stevie, Oaks, how you guys doing?
What do you
Nothing
Good.
but love here, guys.
Hey, Paulie.
Chiming in on
Paulie.
Thursday. Doing
I
what I
love you, man.
normally do. Yeah, it's all good. It's all about.
Hide from the warden.
Oh, dude, I just put her to sleep. She got a good shot. She got a double shot. She's done.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna ask.
Choke her off. Choke her out. Whatever. I just put her to sleep.
No, I said I'm not gonna ask.
I had to put on the surgical coat and pretend I was a doctor. Had her in the stirrups. Everything was good. So yeah, we're good.
Nice. Good job, Paulie.
I try, Pat. I'm a people
Yeah.
person. I like to please.
You're a
You
pleaser, huh?
You are a
Again.
pleaser.
I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, no. us mid stirrups.
Dude, if she wakes up, she's gonna, you slipped the Mickey in my drink, you fucking roofie master. Nah, I'm kidding.
The good old days, right?
No, I don't need to do that. I never needed to do that.
That's terrible. The good old days. Talking about roofing someone.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
like-
know, like I want to be roofied, right? Like, hey, roofie me, motherfucker! Like, fuck it.
You better hope Sasquatch don't roofie you. You're gonna be sorry what you wish for at that point.
Hey,
Or not.
That's like Big Dick Daddy from Cincinnati coming in. And he's clearing out the fucking runway. He's like, "Yo, I'm here."
yeah, I know, and I mean, what their version of a roofie is this, like whatever, like zap, zip, zap, zap, whatever. What is it they call it? Yeah, the
Probably-
infrasound zap thing, you know.
It's probably got skunk cabbage, pine cone, and a bunch of other aphrodisiacs that in the Bigfoot world are fucking highly fucking desirable.
Paulie, just because you've stuck a pine cone up your ass doesn't make it an aphrodisiac.
I was Sasquatch Sam when I did that. It doesn't count. He wasn't Paulie. He was my alter ego. Hey, but I still ate the jerky.
Yeah. You know, we need to do a video. Like we need a video of like Paulie hanging out with Peter Kane. I think that would be some high level, next level entertainment in the Bigfoot world.
Well, we had a dog here. Was the only one on camera that could lick his nuts, Pat. I mean, how high does it get from this point? I mean,
Well,
Dude,
hey,
that
I'm
was-
pretty sure all dogs can lick their nuts. Like,
yeah, but if you're the only dog in the circle, what the fuck? You're one up in everybody. You ain't fucking
Yeah,
proving
two of
shit
you
to
better.
nobody.
Roger that.
That,
Wow.
no, it was, dude, that was a great episode. It was people hanging out, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" I'm looking at the dog, going, "Yeah." And he's looking down. I'm like, "You motherfucker, don't do it on camera."
Well, I mean, that's just what dogs do, you know. Especially talking dogs. Because, you know, I mean,
Dude, you just said it. It was next level.
hmm?
Eden?
That shit was next level.
It was. Yeah. Petey's right here. He could join the conversation anytime.
Petey, my dog. What's up, buddy? You gotta send us to a chiropractor so we know how to manipulate the vertebrae so that we can do what you do.
Peace. All dogs can lick their nuts, man. That's what he's saying.
I believe it. As long as they don't lick their ass after they take a shit, that'd be fucking. That's just be crap.
Yeah.
Mine can't.
And you know, humans have to take at least 3 years of yoga classes to pull that off. So, I mean, come on.
Or a bad trip down the stairs.
Yeah, so just have the carrot planted right in your mouth at that point. Oh, what happened? Oh my god!
Yeah, but that's that's just so like momentary, like you know. It's like,
Hey, when the carrot comes out of your mouth, the first thing you say is "fuck yoga." I'm falling down the stairs.
oh man, I mean, I didn't mean to de-evolve the conversation so much. Like, come on, Paulie.
Come on, Pat.
Let's-
It's humor, dude. It's humor. We're not being serious. We're not talking about field research. We're talking about hypothetical situations. And if I fall down the fucking stairs, I better not wake up with a carrot in my mouth. If I do, I'm fucking calling the cops.
Fair enough.
Feeling
Fair
this.
enough, Paulie. You made a very valid point.
Well, sometimes I can do that. Not most of the time, but sometimes.
You know, I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm not gonna talk shit. I was tempted to talk shit and make a joke, but I was afraid. I was afraid that you might like get offended by that joke. Well,
Grass
Dude,
is-
listen, you're not offending me in any way, shape, or form. Listen, I can beat the fuck out of my own fucking persona better than anybody else that wants to put gloves on and do it. It's all about humor. We don't discriminate. You know what I mean? We're all family in this family, right? If you
Yes.
can't crack jokes and laugh a little bit and just poke fun and, not take it too freaking seriously, dude, you're doing a good thing. Laughter is good juju, man. When people laugh, they forget about bullshit. They forget about problems. They forget about pain. They forget about everything.
That is all true.
Graz said Pat took only 2 years of yoga and regrets quitting.
Man,
I was almost there, Graz.
I mean,
I could see the tip, but not taste it.
all I can say, I mean, that was a hard 2 years. It was very hard. That was a hard 2 years, man.
Dude, yoga. Hey, listen, Pat. In all seriousness, yoga is no joke. To bend your body like you're a pretzel and do shit like that they want you to do, like, I'm a fat guy. I'm like, yeah, pretzel. I'm good enough to bend over, take a crap, grab a beer out of the fridge. There ain't too much more I'm doing. I ain't gonna be Morning Dove. I ain't gonna be fucking Lotus. I ain't gonna be a lot of things. Not happening.
So do you have shoelaces or Velcro?
Dude, I got fucking Skechers slip-ons. I'm on
Slip-ons.
Team Romo. I get hit by a cab
Along
and
those
I
lines.
out of my
You
shoes.
didn't have to-
Right where I get hit by the cab, and the fucking shoes are gonna stay there, folks. But I opted for the physically fit ones that have lead in the soles. So it's like you're doing a Stairmaster even though you're not.
Right.
My eyes are so jacked tonight. There.
So what's up, Holly? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Pat. Thank you. It's
He is correct.
what's today? September what? It's I'm out here in shorts. So I'm wearing it. I'm not
21st.
wearing it. Yeah, I'm not wearing a t-shirt because the mosquitoes are biting my nipples right now, and I want you guys to see my nipple piercings. So, yeah, I'm just sitting out here getting bit by bugs because I don't believe in heat.
Is that what you consider a piercing, a mosquito bite?
Yeah, well, dude, they can fucking hijack a Volkswagen out here, dude. In Minnesota, they'll take a fucking minivan.
That's the mayflies you got to worry about in Minnesota.
Yeah, oh, dude, them things are nasty, and they fucking
Wait,
swarm.
what? Huh, what?
Mayflies.
Holly's in Minnesota?
No.
No, I'm in Massachusetts. You were close.
All right. Why is my...
Yeah, the accent.
No, I'm just saying, for Massachusetts right now, I mean, I've been around the sun 52 and almost 7-8 years. A couple weeks, going to be my birthday. So, I mean, right about now feels like classic kind of fall, Pat, to be honest with you. The temperature right now at night is where it should be. We should be dipping into the mid to low 40s. And then, as we get to the end of the month and into October, we should induce these trees like pregnancy into changing color in the leaves. And, it should be like a classic winter in New England. But, everywhere's different.
You guys are about to get hammered with some rain up that way.
Dude, we've been getting pissed on like golden showers. Just, bullshit. We were hiding out in the Porta-John with no umbrella and just getting pissed on. For real.
Well, what is the temperature up there, Polly, right now?
Right now, dude, I don't have my thermometer out. It's currently in my shorts, but if I had to break it out, I'd probably say it's close to 45, 48, maybe 50.
What?
Yeah, no, it's nighttime, dude. Sunny now. Come on, man.
48. Wait. Here's. Did you guys miss the part where he says he's in shorts and a tank top?
Well, dude, I'm a fat guy that has high blood sugar and fucking high blood pressure. I can fucking wear other things that people shouldn't, just because I'm not your average everyday Joe. It's to be honest with you, Pat. Sitting out here is cool. You know what I mean? I'm wearing shorts and
65 degrees in Boston right now.
65 in Boston.
65 in Boston right now.
Yeah, so I'm 50 miles south of that. So call it 50, 49, 48. Like I said, I'm not quite on the water because Boston is on the water. So the water's still warm. The water temperatures here is still 68. So it's going to affect your air temperature.
Derek McManus, how you doing?
What's up, Derek? How's the brick making going?
Hey, Derek, how are you, bud?
Derek's new job is making bricks.
I shit one every morning.
It's probably bigger than the ones he's making too.
Dude, you seen my ass. Stop it. I'm doubling down on that.
Dude,
And how-
I'm right there with you, Paulie.
Dude, that might even be considered a cinder block, depending upon where you are in the country. I mean, you know.
That's it.
You got some air pockets in there, 2 layers. That's a good.
Just never mind. Sometimes you
Dude,
just gotta,
dude, come on, man. It helps with the curing, man. I'm supporting the Masons.
Wow. You support everybody.
Oh, of course you do, Pat. You support everybody all the time. I mean, you know what I mean? I learned a long time ago that, it takes way more energy to be a dick than it does to be someone who just says, yeah, you look at somebody, hey, how you doing, right? And in your mind, you're going, you are the biggest douchebag I've ever seen in my life. But you don't let them know that. You just say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, great. How's your kids? Oh, they're cute. Yeah, the kids got freckles. You could be howdy doody.
So, what's the point?
The point is that, you don't always, to people who don't deserve the honest evaluation of what you think of them, you don't support that, folks. You know what I mean? You be kind, you be polite, you do all of that. Internally, when you talk internally about yourself, there's people you like, there's people you don't like. I used to not like Pat, but I've learned that once we've talked a little bit, and I've learned that I understand now where he's coming from, and he's an okay dude, man, for real. It's his perspective, and I have to respect that, right? Even if I don't agree with it. And that's when you become an adult, when you can say, yeah, this guy sucks, this guy's this guy's that. But you have to also realize that everyone is entitled to their opinion, whether you agree or you don't. This is when you become an adult.
It's mutual respect, and
exactly. And I'm showing him the utmost respect. Totally. It's just like you, just like Stevie. I mean, hey, I'm always going to be a fucking clown. I should have been born in the circus.
Hey, Tina.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Paulie. I'm glad to hear you say that. It's just good discourse.
Totally, Pat. Totally. When you don't, it's just like when I was going on as being Lockbeard on Mogs' show, right? And everybody thought I hated Lockbeard. I didn't hate Lockbeard. You know what I mean? I just wanted to interact with him, and I wanted to see facial gestures and all of that when you joke and stuff. That helps you judge your opinion of someone that's only in text, right?
I agree.
Once you get that, then you're like, all right, dude's okay. And, really, he is okay. He's entitled to what he does and all of that,
Yep, I agree with that, Paulie, 100%, because I've been the victim more than once of context when you're in chat. Like, trust me, dude.
Black and white is black and white, Pat. Come on, stop it, man. Stevie,
yeah, like
the one that can read that. He's like, an aid of a braille machine. Oh, it's in the way.
And yeah, I'm not even.
Come on, man. It is what it is.
I'm not even a shit talker in chat. I will just throw my opinions out there. I'll throw questions out there or whatever. Like Lockbeard will talk shit, and other people kind of like that will talk shit.
There's a few out there that talk shit, but it's not.
No,
it's not to a point where
he's entitled to do that in his character, is he not?
No, but I'm saying, it's not the people that talk shit. I think we're used to it, and we don't really.
No credence to that. It's fucking bullshit.
We don't
have any
We're used to it. We don't even give it a second look. Or it's so and so. Yeah,
right. That's like Paulie. There he is, jackass, so and so. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, my golden rule with anything that anybody says in chat, my golden rule is pretty much this: as long as it doesn't come with the header of "look, motherfucker." Or, hey, motherfucker, or you're a fucking lying piece of shit, like that kind of stuff. As long as it didn't come with any of those headers, you could say whatever you want. You could put whatever opinion you want out there. You could put whatever thoughts you have, and that's my golden rule.
Yeah, all those sound like a good beginning to an argument, like just a civil argument.
Dude, that's provoking.
For me, I'd be like,
come on, man, dude. That's like putting your finger on someone's chest.
I know, but it just, dude, I could tell you guys, especially lately, there's been some incidences where, like, I go into chat and I voice my opinion, and that's it. Again, golden rule doesn't come with the look motherfucker or hey motherfucker or you're a lying piece of shit. Just voice my opinion, and
You're entitled to
boom,
that.
I get piled on, man. And it's a
Nah, dude.
context. It's always a context issue. It's hard to contextualize what you're saying in chat.
Hey, Pat, I'm
It
gonna
really
tell you
is.
honestly. Well, I'm gonna tell you honestly. When I flipped the switch with you was when we were on Pine Island, and I asked you an honest question, and you answered honestly. I said, "Okay, this is where this dude's at," but I would never get that interacting in chat. I never, never doing nothing but being on a podcast and saying, "Okay, where do you stand? Where do you stand? Where do you stand?" And then you're like, "Oh, all right, he's got concrete fucking roots of where he's putting that shit, and it's cool." You know what I mean? But if you don't interact with something like that, it's hard to formulate that opinion, man. That's all.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I get that, Paulie. Like, I get that from you. Like, I
Wait, no.
understand where you're coming from. Again, I'm a golden rule guy, man. I will treat you a certain way. I expect to be treated back the same,
Treat
I'm
people
a
how you
fair
want to be
person.
treated, Pat. That's it. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with a little fucking shikakari and a little tomfoolery and all that shit in the middle. But you know what I mean? When it comes down to respect is respect. You know what I mean? And that's what I love about Mogs. You know what I mean? He lets you come on here. You want to be a jackass? Fucking, I look like a burro that's fucking 100 years old. But I'm just saying, it's kind of like, as long as you don't do it disrespectfully, man, it's all
That's
good.
it.
It's all about
It's all good.
since day one. That's the only rule. It's just respect each other. Be respectful.
Stevie, that's a hard rule to break because there's a lot of parameters around that, and Lord
Yeah.
knows I fracture a lot of it occasionally. But I mean,
You really got to be an asshole to be put out of the show.
well, I'm hoping not because
I don't.
I don't want you guys to see my colonoscopy results. It's like, yeah, here's Paulie. Look into the sphincter.
And that's the thing is that,
Here we go.
I mean, you really
sometimes,
must be a
like, I'll be honest with you.
Paulie's pushed it a few times.
a couple.
Like,
Oh,
I'll
but
be honest
I've been
with
on the
you.
red line a lot of times. I've been tripping
Like,
the
I
river.
almost wish that there was a even higher level. Like, so what we're talking about with Moog's show is very good, but sometimes I wish there was a higher level of and more like no disrespect, dude, because your show is
I don't know. I want to hear it,
like
actually.
a higher level where it's even more it's more moderated or something, where the hard conversations could really be had,
In what? In
Wait a
chat?
minute, Pat. They can be, but respectfully.
No,
I think that's the
real
platform where
time.
Moses is at. It has to be respectful, dude. It can't,
Yeah.
can't be just like, hey,
Well,
motherfucker, like you were saying earlier, motherfucker this, motherfucker that. That's not going to happen here.
Right. Yeah, that's right, Paulie, you motherfucker. But I mean, yeah, but sometimes no.
Well, the one thing I was gonna say about Paulie, yeah, he's pushed that line, crossed that line a couple times. But one of the main reasons I respect you, Paulie, is because I know firsthand you personally reach out and apologize and
Of course.
make things right and
Stevie,
own up
you
to
can't
it.
you can't do that. We're all internet friends, Mogs, right? That famous word, internet friends. But when you get comfortable with a group of people, you kind of settle into yourself a little bit, and you may say things that, when you're comfortable with people that you wouldn't say to people you're not comfortable with. And, you have to also deal with the repercussions from that, man. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not here to make enemies. I love all you guys. This is great family and a great format.
Right.
Last
thing I want to do is fucking piss people off, although I do it occasionally. Probably frequently, but...
Dude, I mean,
You've been here a long time, Paulie.
I piss people off.
You've been here a
too,
long
Paulie.
time. You're part of it.
Your
That's what
family.
I'm saying, though,
They see what's up.
Apologize when you're wrong. If you made a mistake, say you made a mistake. I mean, just don't
all
sit
you
there
have
and-
to do, all you have to do is voice an opinion in the, especially the Bigfoot world. All you have to do is voice an opinion that challenges any like cherished belief, and like fucking you're hated. Like that, chat will flip on you. The viewers will flip on you. Like,
Yeah, that's okay though, Pat. I'm not worried about the beavers. I built my own dam. I don't need workers. You know what I'm saying? I just want people to respect where I'm at and where I come from. I'm a straight shooter. I tell the truth. I don't bullshit. You know, and if I make a mistake, I'm the first one to say I fucked up, and that, you know, that's what every person in this world has to do. If you make a mistake, or if you fuck up, just say I fucked up.
you better own it. Yep.
There's people that are out there
I've
that
done
say
that
if you
more
own
than
it, they will
once.
respect that.
Yeah.
They will respect that and say, yeah, everybody has a bad day.
I
Everybody's
agree.
a wrong day.
I agree, man. I mean, if you fucked up, and I've done that in the Bigfoot world. I've fucked up more than once.
No, sir.
And I had to dial it back, realize what I did, and come back and say, you know what, that was a mistake. Sorry about that.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that, Pat. That's being a fucking man, and that's being a good family member. You know, for you to sit there and defend the angle that you're wrong at to piss people off, that's even worse, because now you're trying to fucking preach on them that fucking your way is the right way, and you know what? It's not. We're all individuals. We think individually. If we were the fucking Borg, everybody would say, oh, I'm assimilated. Yeah, that's right. And how boring would this fucking world be?
I love that. You're
Look at
right.
what Michael
That's
Haywood.
Individuality.
Boring as fuck.
Look at what Michael Haywood wrote. I just shook my head. I said there had to be one in chat.
Oh, it's Haywood. He's killing possums right now, making stew.
There had to be one.
I saw a beaver do a tail stand just like Flipper used to do.
Haywood, I'm calling you out. You're full of shit. No, I'm not, Michael. You probably did. I ain't ever seen a beaver in the water.
I've seen them slap their tails, but not do
I
tails.
have.
Comment before
That's-
that. You were
that's-
flipping
Hey,
beaver.
Bose, great point. Listen, dude, you're walking along, right? And I was looking for a fishing spot, and I was going to the spot where I'm not welcome anymore. And I haven't been back there since. But, you know, there's beavers in there, and they'd be like, pow, dude, right? And it's like, what the hell was that? Oh, shit, it just hit my truck. And they're telling me to shut up.
What was that?
I don't know. These fake-ass acorns keep falling out of the tree, and that one was a direct line of my windshield. And I think I got some shrapnel on my forehead. Oh.
Yeah, I heard something hit the truck or whatever that was.
Yeah, dude, something being out in the woods,
Bigfoot
man.
activity.
No, dude, that ain't Bigfoot.
Big squirrel.
There's no noise here when Bigfoot in the woods, and
You know, all of a sudden, Polly gets ripped out of the frame, and this big
dude, if
hairy
it
man.
goes down that way, it goes down that way, man. I've been in way worse situations than that, man. Trust me.
Well,
That's not even on my radar. I don't care what they do. I don't give a fuck who they are, what they do, what they eat, where they live. Just don't shit on my truck like the turkeys do. We're good, because that's going to be a long time washing. Man, you took about a 9-foot fucking giant taking the shit on your truck. Oh my god.
Yeah. So
Hell
that
yeah,
begs the question. It's like, how easy is it actually, in reality, to spook a Bigfoot away, right? Like,
Oh, you ain't spooking them, man. Come on.
yeah,
You can't
well,
fucking see them.
yeah, but okay, so where do we draw that line? They get too close to us, but they're afraid. Are they afraid to get actually close to us, or so
Pat,
where's
hold
that boundary?
Pat, hold
Yeah.
on. I'm gonna define this for you right now. Think about humanity. We ain't nothing but shit stirrers, nosy motherfuckers, and fucking warmongers. If you were a fucking creature that can be interdimensional, not shit in a fucking porta potty, and not shop at Stop and Shop, and humans invade your neighborhood, what you gonna do? You're going kamikaze on their ass. You're gonna take them right out. They're a problem.
I'm not sure what you just said. I'm sorry. Kamikaze? What? Huh?
What is the kamikaze? What does he do?
That's the original question.
Like suicide pilot into an aircraft carrier.
Okay, so if you're a Bigfoot and you're not flying an aircraft carrier and you ain't shopping at Stop and Shop and you ain't shitting in a porta john and humans invade your space, what are you gonna do? You're going to take them out, right?
Not
They're
necessarily.
threat.
Not necessarily going to try to get them out of the area, but I don't think
Yeah,
their
right. Well,
first reaction is to kill.
no, Mogs, that's not what I mean. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I
That's the way
mean?
it's coming up.
All hands on deck, man. Get this fucking fool out of here, and that's what it's going to be. No.
I guess what I meant was like the second you point a fucking camera at them, or a spotlight, or especially a spotlight with the camera, that's kind of a talisman that keeps them at bay.
I think anything in your hands is what keeps them at bay.
Okay.
Because they're used to
A
weapons.
rock. Yeah.
They could be
Yeah,
anything.
but in retaliation
the
to that
first thing
statement,
they look at is your hands.
in retaliation to that statement, they can do whatever they want to do. They can hide in plain sight. That's obvious because nobody got a fucking clear ass picture of them. But what I'm trying to tell you is they can't hide from the camera, especially in 1080p or 4K. They can blend into the backdrop as good as they want to be, as pretty as they want to be. They can bat their eyes, shake their head, move with the breeze. But you know what? It's still going to get caught on fucking frame in the camera. We can't see it with the naked eye.
Maybe.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Like, I understand the road you're going down with that. It's a frames per second kind of capturing that doesn't involve the human eye.
I think it involves more so the definition of the camera, whether or not they're aware of it. They are masters of disguise. They'll sit right in the backdrop, hide in the fucking trees, right by the wood line, right? And they'll just move with the breeze. When the leaves breeze, your eyes never catch them. But if you take a picture and you catch them out of frame, you'll see them. They cannot hide.
If you're lucky.
Nah, I've done it on Mikey's films a lot of times, just watching video, fucking stopping it, pausing it, putting it on fucking 1080p, 4K. And I send Mikey pictures all the time, and LIB, Mike's like, holy shit, wow, I didn't see that. No shit, you weren't supposed to. It's just like when he was falling. Hey, I'm falling. He's got a camera in his hand, and he's fucking tumbling through the weeds. You know, it's kind of like, I'm falling, man.
I know for pretty much a fact that a camera will make them at least go in the opposite direction and go away from you. Like
I would fear to differ with that if they think they are fucking thoroughly disguised, and you take a picture of a screenshot or a backdrop of a picture that's being in a video or whatever, right? And they're doing a good job of hiding themselves. If you look hard enough, you'll find them.
Yeah, but I think some of them are stupid and they think they're disguised just by hiding behind a tree that, as long as their face is covered, the rest of them doesn't fucking matter. Because you always see, you always hear these stories. Well,
on my truck right now, man. She's just getting, that was even louder
than the tree.
Guys are pissed at me right now.
I don't know. I guess maybe I say, maybe a little cynically, a camera is the ultimate weapon against a Bigfoot. Like, right? That whole line of thinking. Like, it is the ultimate talisman.
Put up trail cams around your house if you don't want them near your house.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I think the most brightest thing that was ever done was when Scott Carpenter put the trail cam on. How much shit did that guy get on the back facing trail cam, right? Because he was going in the other direction and they were behind him in the woods and they were just like all this fucking peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, again, my opinion, guys. It doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah. I'm not a big believer in anything that Scott Carpenter ever did.
That's okay, Pat. That's your opinion, and I respect that.
And it is, and I can back it up. And I was friends with Scott, like at least on Facebook.
Dude, it's all
right?
good.
Well, yeah. I was friends on Facebook too, but that.
But I mean, I interacted with him.
It's all from the vantage point and where they don't think the electronics are when they feel free to be a little less cautious. You know what I mean? I think that plays a lot into it too. I mean, dude, there's a lot of. I'm not even going to try to even dissect this shit. Because one, I'm drunk, and two, I'm not even going to be able to support half that shit. So, yeah, I know, but.
Well, yeah,
I do my thing,
big
and
conversation.
I believe what I believe. And if people don't like it and don't agree with it, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. but there has to be a little bit of substance to that, because it seems to all the time that there's always this weird angle or an abstract thing that no one presented to them that they could never counter. That kind of uncovers a little bit of truth. That's all.
I hear you, man. I'm just I scratch my head as to why we never been able to, repeat the PG film since '67, and I, there has to be.
It may be out there. It may be out there, and people don't want to release it.
It may be, but I mean, I'm not going to go down like the speculative.
It could be something simple as back then it was analog. Now everything's digital. Are we really able to capture them digitally? I mean, it's just a thought.
Sure, but you don't even have a digital example of that kind of event happening. Not even close. So,
sorry, guys.
Sorry.
So yeah, I mean, it's a big head scratcher to me, and so you can think about it from 1,000 different angles. I've thought about it and gone, God, why did that happen that day? I know what I'm not looking at. Not looking at a guy in a suit. So those guys actually captured one of these things on film. Hasn't been done since.
Pat, I'm gonna tell you what. There was booby in that picture. Even though it was furry, it was still there.
Big old booby.
I saw booby and I was like, dude, it's not like I was excited. I'm like, fuck, there's a Sasquatch booby.
And pendulous.
You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, take the hair off. I want to see nipple quality. Stop it.
It wasn't even just a boob, man. It was a pendulous boob. I mean, it's like,
oh, dude,
it is hanging so naturally.
That's what they do.
And I hate to say that. Yeah, I mean,
sports bras.
Here we go, Pat, boobologist. Come on, dude. Tell us about natural hanging.
Boobologist, he said.
Hey, man. If there's
Joke.
one thing,
Joke.
if there's one thing in this world I'm an expert on, it is boobs. Yeah, it's hanging there very, very naturally in a very extreme natural way that actually people in the West can't wrap their head around. It's the result of not wearing a bra your entire life. Okay.
Like Otto Titzlinger made hairy bras for fucking Sasquatches. Stop it.
Hey, Mark.
Well, that's what bras are for. Bras fight gravity and prolong.
They should invent one for cojones, Pat.
Huh? What?
They should invent one for cojones.
Oh, well, now you're getting in some weird, way different direction of shit. But
we're talking about gravity. Leave it to me.
That's the word of the day, Paulie. Look at the bottom of the screen. Boobologist.
No. D-cup specialist.
True story, though.
Oh, Lordy, what I walk into.
That's okay.
Just look at that theme of the shot, man. They are clearly pendulous for us.
Yeah, no.
Very natural. Very natural.
No one's disagreeing with that, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? How the hell you stumble across that? Then you don't even get a baby on that. And then, you know what I mean? It runs into the woods going, son of a bitch, shit, I've been found.
How'd they stumble across it? Dumb luck.
It's just dumb luck is fucking right. Nobody ever fucking gonna do that again.
It was
just like, I'm wearing a fucking bra. I ain't wearing I'm not wearing out here swinging them now, being on band, and not doing that. I've put so much thought into the PG film and how did that happen, and knowing the story and Patterson's sort of ambitions and history, and the best I can come up with is luck, which is nothing more
luck is nothing more than when preparation meets opportunity. That's what luck is. And so
All
they
I
just
want
got
to know
lucky.
is if that Sasquatch wasn't a female and a male, his name would have been Pete instead of Patty, and we would have really got some big swinging junk instead of a booby floating naturally in the environment, like you said.
Not from the angle that it was on. No.
I agree. Not from the
Sheltered
angle.
by the quads, Mogs. Good call.
I know. So I know people who claim to have seen Bigfoot penis. You know, and they said it looks like a dog's dick. That's how it was described to me. Looks like a
Did
dog.
they catch it? Did they catch it at pre-lipstick or post-lipstick fucking projectile at that point?
Why would it look like a dog? That's weird.
Yeah.
Because it's hooded.
Dude, it'd be Dogman.
No, it's just uncircumcised. It would look more like.
I was just gonna say that. Stop it, you jackass.
Right.
They
I
didn't
don't
pay
know.
for the surgery.
You know, that may have been a strange way to say that. You know, describing it. I could kind of cut him some slack on that, but I was like, was it male or female? And he said it was male. It looked like its dick looked like a dog's dick.
Well,
That's
wait a
what he
minute. If
said.
it was a Yeti, I can understand the uncircumcised point of view because it's cold outside. You need a helmet.
And hairy, also hairy, the hairy factor. So uncircumcised,
Just let me
hairy,
go.
monkey.
Jason, circumcised BS.
Yeah.
That's all he wrote.
Yeah, monkey. You know, like so we go down some other apes, like, you know,
Sure.
they
You would think
does.
that's what you're dealing with.
Their dicks do look like dog's dicks.
Grasshopper says Donnie Cho did a whole segment on Bigfoot junk.
Really?
I'm
believe
just
it.
telling you what I was told. You know, from somebody that actually was able to witness.
I guess do they identify as male, female now? I lost it. It scrolled. I didn't get to read the rest. Now that's the question. Do they identify as male or female?
Yeah, it sounded like the unisex story of a primate.
I think they identify as, you know, get the fuck away from me.
Oh, wait a minute, Pat. You're taking a leak in the woods, and that guy shows up on the side of you, puts his fucking hairy palm on the side of you, and I puts it on your shoulder and says, "How you doing, shorty? You ain't gonna argue." He's 9 feet.
Yeah. What do you ask me? What do I do?
This is quiet when you stop talking about it.
Dude, if you're gonna have stage fright, that's the appropriate time to have it because you get a 9-foot hairy motherfucker standing on the side, and you just got double jump your length, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing, shorty?" He's gonna be like, "Hi."
He gets fucking like 9 fucking rounds of ammo into his fucking face immediately. That's what happens to him.
Nah, he's being friendly. You're taking a leak together. Why do you want to do that?
So what are you holding when you're taking a leak?
What do you mean friendly? Like we're
If you're
hanging
holding your
around.
penis,
Hanging
you're
around
not
the
holding your
campfire
fucking
all night?
cannon,
Like,
I can
what the
tell
fuck
you
are you
that.
talking about? Like,
Dude,
you described it as a rape.
No, I didn't. I described it as you walked into the
Didn't get that
woods.
far
You're a
yet.
man. You don't have to pee to sit down. You went into the woods. You pulled up your short leg because, you know, they're only like 8 inches nowadays. Like, you know, they the NFL in the fucking 70s where they're like fucking 11. These ain't high riders. You pull out your junk. You take a leak, right? Guy puts his arm on the side. He goes, "How you doing, shorty?" And mine speak by you. And then all of a sudden you're like, "Oh my God, holy shit. What the? You going to pull your gun out? You got a dick in your hand. What the fuck you going to do?
I'll piss all over him.
He might like that because he smells like that already.
Piss all over him, shit all over myself. Like, yeah.
Well, that would be the proper dude. I took crap right in my pants and ran down my fucking legs and settled in my shoes. Cool.
Wow.
That could possibly happen.
Squished when you walked.
I love these theoretics. This is
No,
really
that's
great.
all
Paulie.
it is.
Thanks.
No, it's not reality. That's theoretics. Absolutely. Let me
Yeah.
tell you something right now. You're peeing in Sasquatch's territory. He's not coming over to you. He's not calling you shorty. he's gonna be breaking trees and trying to fucking crack you in your cranium and get you the fuck out of his turf. That's probably what's gonna happen in reality.
I don't know. You know, I've had a wood knock. You know, I've had a wood knock encounter, right? You know that's happened to me.
And
Like, I had something banging on a fucking tree for 30 goddamn minutes outside my tent, and I did not know how to react to it, honestly.
obviously, for 30 minutes, you didn't get the fucking message.
I mean,
Dude, hey, for
Dude,
one,
it-
I'll tell you what,
it-
Mo's
took me 3
probably
seconds.
horny. He's probably horny, and Pat, you better not come out of that fucking tent. You could be a full world of hurt.
well, I did. I did come out. I came out of my tent, and I fucking pissed around my tent. That was my reaction to it.
All right, so you laid down the property line.
Yep.
There
I
you go. All
said,
right, you did the right thing.
yep. I said,
This is my real estate, hairy
Do
fucker.
not cross this line, motherfucker.
There you
Don't
go.
piss on the tent.
Here we go with the motherfucker again.
Or your girlfriend.
It was
Oh,
a weird
girlfriend.
thing. I can't say it was Bigfoot, but it was fucking weird.
Dude,
'Cause I never saw anything. So
it's almost
if I didn't see it, I can't say it was Bigfoot.
45, maybe 60 over at fucking
I mean, I've heard shit in the woods that sounded like
fucking
knots.
put on his cowboy hat. He looked at fucking Pat, and he's like, "How do you like me now?"
No, Donald, it was not Ernie.
I've heard knocks in the woods, but I always thought it was just like someone chopping wood.
I've only ever heard one knock.
No, I heard it up in Arizona, up near
A single
Flagstaff. We were elk hunting
Yeah,
with my dad. I heard shit, and I was like,
Well,
it was also firewood season too. People would go up and farm firewood, so I just thought it was someone chopping wood.
this shit went on for fucking 30 minutes. I fell asleep to it. It was strange. I can't say it was Bigfoot because I never saw a Bigfoot. Right? So
Keep going, Ben.
I did a whole fucking video on my channel. It's in my content on my channel where I talk about it and explain the whole thing. So,
Weren't you in the field when you did that?
huh?
Were you in the field when you did that video? Weren't you out? Like you're somewhere outside, weren't you?
Yeah.
We
I was,
actually-
I was looking at the
campground, right?
actual location where it happened. Yeah.
I've seen the video.
So,
I just
Yeah, I actually bothered to go out to the actual location where it happened and describe it and point in directions where things were coming from. Like that meant a lot to me to actually just kind of like get that out there to the Bigfoot world. You know, it's like it was what it was.
Documented, man. You were there. You documented what happened, man. That's boots on the ground shit, Pat. That's good.
Iron Dogger says we had a crazy experience, but absolutely no evidence of anything walking around in the winter. But the knocks were quite different from the pops from the cold. Very strange. Yeah, because when trees get cold and shit, they do pop. They make weird noises. But that's not what you hear.
This is October in North Georgia. That's not a thing. Trees don't pop like that.
Nah, Georgia's prime real estate for warm weather and definitely conducive for Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever activity, because that's probably a conduit where they go along the south and they just move and they migrate and do whatever. They go back where the food is and they probably follow the food back and forth. So that's definitely legit, Pat, no doubt.
So you think Bigfoot are migratory?
Dude, totally. They follow food, man. If they ain't no food there, what the fuck?
Yeah, sure.
No, Mose. I don't mean that disrespectfully. I'm just
No.
saying, if you're
But I'm
900
wondering how
pounds-
far. How
Dude,
far would they
you're 900 pounds. You need fucking 5,000 fucking calories a day, and there ain't no 5,000 calories a day. What do? You move where 5,000 calories a day is, so you can eat.
No, of course. I'm sure.
I believe that about hunters, trappers, humans, whoever. You know, if there's nothing there, if even fishing, why the fuck you gonna throw fucking bait in the water if there ain't no fish there, dude? You know that. You wasting your time.
I'm not arguing with you. You're
It
right.
depends where they're at.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but I want to know is how far would they travel?
Well, they
No,
can only travel so far, depending on where, like you're talking about, where they might be. Right?
True. or
So
down.
So there's very few long avenues for them to travel. It's pretty much the Appalachians or the out west, extreme west.
Well, if you, I
You
mean,
know,
Pat, if you listen, let me interject just for a minute. If you're traveling the Appalachians and you're down in the southern quadrant of them Appalachians, and then you can move a little west to the Ozarks, and it ain't too far for you to travel, and food's going to be there, I would think that would be a probable destination. That's all.
what you said Ozarks and Appalachians in the same sentence.
If you're
There's
in the
no
Appalachians,
connection from the
dude, you're
Appalachians
in.
to the
Listen,
Ozarks.
Pat, you're in the Appalachians. The food supply runs out. You move a little west, and that's where the food went, and they're in the Ozarks. You're going to travel there. Just like if you had to travel to the fucking Rockies, you would travel from there from the middle of the country, and then go into the fucking Tetons and whatever till you get in Oregon and whatever you're going to go. I mean, the gateway is there for them to do that. You just have to follow the food. That's just my thinking.
They can't travel
I don't
across
think-
the country, dude. Like, that's insane thinking. That's
Okay.
That's not. I mean, you might as well say they can jump through portals. They cannot get from the Appalachians to the Rockies. That's impossible. Without
No, I
crossing.
said they stopped in the Ozarks along the way because that's in the middle, dude. And they probably will do that. if
There's
they're
no
chasing
path
food.
there either.
Well, you don't know that. You're not a Sasquatch.
Yeah,
I think they can
walk
travel
right through the middle
a
of
lot
St. Louis. Like, what the fuck?
than we give them credit for. I think they can travel a lot easier. You don't need a big greenway.
No, but I'm just saying, if you're
traveling at night-
migrating west, Russ, and you were in the east, right? Wouldn't you follow your food to the west?
What animals migrate like that here?
I
We
don't
don't
know.
have
We're not
animals that
Sasquatch,
rely
and
on
we
like
don't know
that.
how the fuck they think. I'm just telling you. If you're
No, but I'm
killing elk
saying
there,
not
you know,
these
you got to think about the wildlife that live there. I mean, deer don't migrate. You know, they hang out basically in the same square miles their whole life.
yeah,
You
no,
know, so
no doubt.
It's
no
not
doubt.
like they're following the food. The food's not moving. They're just eating it up and having to go find more. You know,
Right.
so they're
But,
depleting food.
if they switch from fucking deer to boar, then they probably could migrate a little south and a little more west, and they could fucking still fulfill their need for food. So that's all. That's all I'm saying. It could be possible. I'm not saying it's relative, but it could be possible.
So a Bigfoot cannot go unseen from the Appalachian Mountains to the fucking Ozarks, dude. Like, that's virtually impossible without some kind of magical shit. You know,
Right.
some cloaking device or portals. That, in other words, an undiscovered upright walking hominin cannot move from the Appalachian Mountains to the Ozarks. It's impossible. It would
Wow,
be
okay.
seen by tens of thousands of human beings, and probably be killed along the way. It's just not. That's
So if
not
they
reality.
decide to not, Pat, if they decide to be not bipedal and get down on all fours and look like a fucking bear,
So what? Doesn't
it
matter.
could be possible.
Doesn't matter. Escaped criminal, human being, escaped criminal. Eric Robert Rudolph could not make it from the Appalachian Mountains to the Ozarks on all fours. Impossible.
Yeah, but we're
would
not
never
talking
happen.
about him. We're talking about a Sasquatch.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that guy you're talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, the point is like, okay, all fours, great, but they're bipedal. They have to eat along the way. They have to drink along the way. It's just not a thing, dude. There's too much wide open, flat land in between those two areas where they would completely be discovered, just like a person would.
Okay.
Just like a person.
I don't know, dude. I think there's greenways and I think it would be
You'd have to map
possible.
that out, though. So that's on the person. Like, so I think it could be done. You'd have
So
to
this is-
actually map that out.
This is forests in the eastern section of the U.S.
Forest coverage.
Forest coverage.
Right. Which is on a topo type map. I mean,
But still, I mean, there's enough.
I can
There's
give you
enough
a Google Earth. I can give you a real view of that. Like,
Oh
it
yeah,
doesn't
so
look
could
like
I.
that.
But
Yeah, but
she just
that's
pulled this
just
up. It's just an
general.
example.
It's
I mean,
an
I think
example
there's
of
enough.
how much coverage there is that they could.
People think like I've heard that the Sasquatch or the skunk ape is trapped in Florida. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I agree that it is. I think there's no way out.
Well,
And so
familiarize yourself with the forest.
I
and you
base that
start
on
to
a
think differently.
I base that on an understanding of where the people are and where the flatlands are. And I can sort of common sense work that out in my head and say, well, they are trapped there because where could they go? They can't go from Florida to the Appalachian chain. Now, once you're in the Appalachian chain, you do have a very viable path all the way up into Canada, right?
Well, sure.
But if you look at the disconnect between Florida and fucking North Georgia, you got 8 million people to go through, and 5 fucking interstates, and a shit ton of flat land in Piedmont. They would have been shot, killed, filmed. Like, are you kidding me? There is no highway for them to travel through that distance. None.
All right.
And,
all right, Pat,
if
so,
there
Pat,
were, that's where you set up your trail cam.
Pat, let me ask you this question. Since you're a non-believer,
I didn't say I'm a non-believer.
well, no, you need to have fucking factual evidence to support.
Yeah,
your
I'm being
fucking stance.
realistic,
No, dude,
man.
just let me.
I don't think you are being realistic.
You're not. You're really not. I mean,
I feel
That's kind of where I'm going with it. For somebody
Yeah,
who
but
don't
you
know
gotta
shit
show me,
about
like,
shit, I mean, how can you
this
fucking say
can't
that
just
they
be in
can't
your
do this,
mind.
they can't do that?
You gotta
They
actually
can
show
be
me.
David Copperfield and make the fucking
Well, you're
Empire
gonna
State
Google.
Building disappear if they want to, because you don't have the
Yeah, I
facts
have
to
looked at
support that they
Google.
can't. That's all. Just not trying to be argumentative, not trying to be.
You
I'm
can't
just trying
just
to say
say.
that there's things
Really?
that you don't
Okay, here's my
believe that
thing.
they can do that they can. That's all.
loose.
You can't just say that they can pass through these areas without understanding the areas you're talking about. Like, you actually have to understand them, and I've actually put thought. And
I think they can, because I've
optics
seen video of
into
them as
these areas.
invisible on camera and being
And
shot
no,
at.
there
So I
is no
think there's
path
no
from
realm to the
Florida.
fucking sneakiness that
There
they can
is
do, dude. That's just
no
my
viable
opinion.
path. No viable path from Florida to the Appalachian Mountains.
Well, it's a
There's
good thing
no
Sasquatch
connection
doesn't
there.
use maps.
Well, I was thinking
They create their own
more so. I was thinking more so of around Tennessee, and when
Well,
you
what is
integrate
it?
into
What's
the
the
Smoky
path?
Mountains, and then you go into
Like, what's the path? The
the
Savannah
Ozarks, I
River?
mean, you could sneak your way through there,
Like,
and nobody would know you were there. That's all I'm saying.
you can't say the
Geographically.
Savannah River because they'd have to go from Florida into Georgia and up through the city of Savannah to connect to Savannah River
They never
to
made it
go
there.
up that way. So I have thought this out. This isn't.
I don't see why they have to go through near or touch any city.
right?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, Mo.
Dude, you don't. I mean, you're
They're
talking
stealth,
about.
sneaky motherfucker status.
There's
They don't
8
need to do
million
anything. They'll do
people
what
that
they
live in
want.
Georgia, man. Like,
No, we're
there's
not
no
discounting
path.
where you live,
5
man. Where you live
interstates.
is
5.
that's prime
5
squash,
interstates.
man. It's,
So you have to cross
I-
5 fucking
At 3 in the
interstates.
morning, Pat, you're stuck on the side of the road. You walk across that interstate and there's no cars. Did anybody see you?
How many times have you heard encounters of people driving in the middle of the night and seeing something jump across the road?
you guys are making my point.
There's
That's what
still
I'm
have
trying
to
to
do
say.
it,
It's
though.
possible. I didn't say it was relevant. I just said it was
No, it's not.
possible.
I think it's possible.
I think
You
it's
know,
possible.
That's
I
what
don't-
I'm saying. It's
You're
possible.
completely shooting it down, Pat, saying there's no way they can do it, and I think there is. I think it's be very easy for something to travel from fucking
There's no.
Everglades to Maine.
Okay,
East
Even
Continental.
in Maine, Mo, you're right, dude. In Maine, you can.
Alabama.
Totally, dude.
so a one-off. So that falls back to what you guys are trying to say is it's possible, it's a one-off. So there's no viable in between.
I can't listen to 10 people. Sorry, but thank you.
Like there's no viable in between connection, even if you want to fall back on the one could do it one time. So if you want to go that direction, maybe. but there's no connection, which would require multiples doing it. So yes,
We're not talking about
they are
connections,
trapped
Pat.
in
We're
Florida.
talking about the unprobable. It could be possible and unprobable that they could do it, and that was what my point was. I'm not trying to debate semantics or anything like that. I'm just saying a lot of things happen at night. You know what I mean? Undercover, dark, whatever. I'm just saying it is possible, and if you want to tell me it isn't, we can agree to disagree. That I don't believe what you're saying. You know,
Again,
that's all, dude. You know, you're still a good
I think-
guy, and whatever it is, I just think it is possible. That's all.
I think you're falling back on the possibility that one could do it. And
I think
I'm
a lot
talking
of them
about
can do it. Never
dozens
mind
or-
one.
I'm
If-
talking about a
if you-
viable
yeah.
connection. There's no viable connection for multiples.
Okay, we can agree to
ever
disagree, dude. That's
traverse
fine.
that.
You're still a good dude, and I still like you, and
They
it's all
would
good.
have
It's
been
just my
filmed
opinion.
or killed. Like they're not just roaming through the entire state of Georgia to connect to the Appalachians from Florida. They would have been filmed or killed.
No, skunk apes are staying there, dude. They ain't leaving. It's too fucking hot. That's too taxing to get the fuck out of there, dude.
Right.
Holy
so
shit,
they're not
they're
even doing
regretting
that.
they
It's
have
not a thing.
they have fur. Come on, man.
It's not. It's not an actual thing, and it would not be hard to. So I say to the researchers, do this. If you think that stuff is happening, that's where you put your trail cams. That's where you make your campsites.
Sure.
You do them in those choke points where you think you can get them traveling, through those kinds of choke points is a no-brainer, and nobody's doing that. Nobody's setting up trail cams where they think there's choke points in those kinds of regions where connections, they're trying to make those connections. That's not happening. People aren't doing that. So at the end of the day, all we have is we can look at Google Earth and Google Maps all we want. You can come up with your greenways, and I can go, well, maybe I buy that, maybe I don't. But we should be putting trail cams there. Like, obviously, that's where they're traveling. You're the one that pointed that out. So let's put the trail cams there.
No, it would be the logical place to put them.
There's no safe place to put them because they know they're watching you while you place them.
I mean,
They're plotting how they're going to
There's
move
that.
around them so you get no video evidence. I mean, come on, man. That's not trying to be argumentative. I'm just saying there are so many valuables that are out there.
nobody has video evidence.
You have to.
I'm
You
not
have to
special.
You have to take a little bit of this with a grain of salt and say, yeah, it's possible. Yeah, this may be possible. I don't believe it's possible or plausible, but I believe it could be possible. That's all I'm saying.
I don't have to have evidence. I don't have to go get evidence to kind of point out the obvious. They can't travel across the country, dude. They can't go from the East Coast to West Coast. There's just no path.
Well, that's where you and I.
And
will
I think
disagree.
there's no path from Florida to the Appalachians. So they certainly
fine,
can't just walk. They can't just stroll across the entire continental U.S., man.
What the
They-
fuck?
they
We can't.
can't.
We can't catch him in a Walmart parking lot with a camera. I'm just saying. In my opinion, it's possible. If you don't believe that, that's cool. We're still friends. It doesn't really matter. I'm just saying.
It's not about belief.
That is.
It's
I
about
believe that
understanding
is
the
fucking
reality of the world, man, that you live in. If you think that Sasquatch can stroll across the continental U.S., like, I don't see how there's any reality connect there being using any actual thinking. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just saying. Are you saying they can stroll from New York to California?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I believe they can under the right circumstances, Pat. It doesn't have to be the way you
What
or I
the
laid
fuck
it
are
out,
those
but I think that
circumstances? What the fuck are those circumstances? You mean like going
I don't,
300,
Pat, I don't,
400
Pat, I
miles
don't know.
deep into Canada
Dude,
to
they're
get there?
Sasquatch
Like,
fucking,
Jesus.
they're Sasquatch fucking circumstances, not humans, because we don't understand it. I'm not trying to pretend I understand what them circumstances are. I just believe that is possible. If you don't agree, that's fine, dude. We're still friends. I
No,
don't really
but
care.
here's the thing, dude. If you believe that Sasquatch can stroll from New York to California, you have to articulate how that's possible. That's on you. It's not a belief. You could believe that purple dragons exist. I don't care. It ain't about belief. It's about articulate to me exactly how a Sasquatch gets from fucking New York State to California. What is the path?
I don't know. I'm not
There's
Sasquatch.
a
If I
few.
was, I'd answer it. That's really, I
Yeah,
don't.
see, but that's the thing. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it's
I'm
not an
pointing
answer
out.
we have at the moment.
Can't
But I
answer
could
that.
find you one.
Huh?
You give me a week, I could come up with a fucking possible course. I could probably give you 10 possible paths. You know, I
And
think
I
it's
would,
possible.
and then I would say we need to put trail cams there. Like, but there really is none. Like, there is
Pat,
no.
all I was trying to tell you was that it's probable. They could probably do
No,
it
it's
under
not.
the right
It is
Let me finish,
anything
man.
but
God,
probable.
don't be a cutoff. It's probable.
It's
In my
not.
opinion,
You're
it's
wrong.
probable. Under the right circumstances, it could probably happen. If you disagree, that's fine, dude. I'm not gonna sit here and say you're a dick, you're an idiot, you're this, you're that. We can
I
agree
think
to
you
disagree.
misunderstand
That's
the word
all.
probable and
Jackie,
probability.
Jackie, real quick. This started when we the question was asked. I asked, how far do you think they would travel to follow food? If they had to migrate, how far would it be? We're not suggesting they would travel this far or anything.
No, not at all.
The argument kind of is Pat doesn't believe that they could travel from Florida to Georgia without being seen, or from New York to California without being seen. And I think they possibly could, as well as Paulie thinks the same way. So that's kind of where we're at.
My opinion, Mogs.
What's your opinion? It's my opinion as well.
It doesn't mean it's
That's
right.
fine, dude. But at the end of the day, it's like this. Like, I respect your opinion. I say, okay, that's your thought. Cool. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I understand reality pretty good, and I don't see that. I just don't see it. And I
You
I
sound like we don't understand
need to articulate that a little better than I think they could. You know?
But it's not out of the realm of possibility. That's all I was trying to say, Pat. It's probably not probable, but I think if they're sneaky enough, they probably could. That's all.
I mean, and this is sort of not. I don't know. Look at a dog who got left behind.
300 miles, find his way home.
And their owners, live 2,000 miles away, and that dog found its fucking way home. And it wasn't trying not to be seen or any of that shit, but it found its way home.
Mogs, the most famous meme on fucking Facebook.
Nobody bats an eye at a dog,
right? He died. He went to the cemetery every day.
A hairy, naked, undiscovered hominid that's fucking 8 feet tall with 4 foot wide shoulders.
Whose main goal is I believe his main goals is to stay fucking hidden. That's what they do. They don't want to be seen, so they know how to stay hidden.
No,
they know when to travel. They know when not to travel. So I think it's possible.
And
I think there's enough cover along the way that they can do it.
It is absolutely impossible without there being something there that we don't understand. Some kind of mechanism they can use that we will never understand. Maybe.
Folks, I just want to tell you,
way
Pat,
a fucking Sasquatch.
Hold on 1 second. I just want to say good night, guys. It's past my bedtime. Pat, thank you for the intellectual stimulation. Moog, Stevie, thank you guys for providing the format. You know what? I got to go to bed. But you know what? I love you guys. Peace and chicken grease, just like Little Rob. See ya.
Love you too, bro.
You can still hear me.
Good night, Paulie. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to have Paulie on.
Of course. He's a spicy guy. Entertaining.
Shadow Rider says it's not like people would see it crossing a road or it hangs around there for someone else to see it. It's 20 miles away after that roadside sighting. Okay, so that means there's something before that.
Okay. So.
Stevie says the Eastern Continental Trail goes from Florida Keys to Alabama alone. There are many other connections nationwide. Just saying. Tyler Howell, what's up, buddy? Welcome.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean it goes through like a lot of a Piedmont area. So
Jackie says
it could be a
sometimes
trail for people, but it's there's
Trails
too much
aren't
wide
for it.
openness.
something intelligent that doesn't want to be seen could accomplish a lot knowing the wilderness intimately. Exactly.
Right.
Dude, okay, again, this is magical thinking that they can just go
How is it
anywhere.
magical? What the fuck is magical about it?
No, it is.
It's instinct.
It's silly.
It's natural. It's getting from point A to point B without being fucking seen.
Well, I mean, okay, so they're in Kansas, like they're in Nevada, they're in fucking Colorado, like below the Rockies. Like, how the fuck did they get past the Rockies? It is magical thinking to think a Bigfoot can actually
In your
travel
opinion.
in the modern world from New York to fucking California is stupid. It's ridiculous, dude. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Michael,
Everybody here knows that, right?
you know,
Like, it couldn't actually walk that distance and not ever get caught.
why not? Black Bear, as Michael Haywood said, travels 500 miles as an adolescent. So if they can do
So
it,
what? We're not talking about black bears. I'm talking about
Yeah, it's-
fucking Bigfoot. An 8-foot tall, 4-foot wide shouldered fucking thing can walk from New York to California without ever being killed or captured or fucking photographed in a major way. That's absurd. It has to
No, I
go
don't
through
I
Iowa.
think-
It has to
I
go
don't
through
think you
Illinois.
realize
It has
this
to go through
country is.
Kansas. Like,
What about Kansas?
it has to,
What's-
dude.
I mean, what's why couldn't it go
So-
through Kansas?
So there are no wide open areas. It's a shit ton of wide open areas between
Yeah,
the
it's-
two districts, and also
Yeah.
these major cities called Chicago, St. Louis, fucking all these cities, dude, in between that they would have to go around. I mean, it's ridiculous to suggest that this thing that's called Bigfoot, that's an undiscovered bipedal hominid, could ever stroll from New York to California without taking a 500-mile arc around, like, through Canada. That's the only grace I'll give that theory.
Hey, here,
I think that's ridiculous.
I got something I want to add to that. So,
Correct. Go ahead, man.
do you know how many acres in the continental United States that it's forested? 814 million acres of the United
I
States.
understand how forested the United States is. Yes,
So
I have good
it is-
understanding.
It
of
is
that.
extremely possible for something to go from East Coast to West Coast.
Show me the path.
Extremely possible.
Okay, so if you say it's extremely possible.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
the path?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what's the path? You can describe the path then? What is it?
I wouldn't say describe a path. It's just going from one coast to another. I mean, as elusive as these things are and as intelligent as they are, they move at night most of the time, down here in the South at least.
So they're
But
elusive. So you're describing the being. You're not
Yeah.
describing the path.
What the path is the one that they are visible the least. That's all they care about. Is
they'll
not
make
being
their own path.
There's plenty of those paths.
Come on.
There's plenty of
Come on,
areas
bring
they
it
can
on.
pass through and not be seen. You think that they have to go by every fucking major city? They don't have to go through near any city.
350 million fucking people that live in the United States, dude.
Yeah,
Like, That's a lot of fucking people per acre to cross.
But they're not covering every fucking acre.
It
There's
doesn't matter.
millions of acres that there's no humans on whatsoever.
It's again, man, that's magical thinking. It's thinking, well, they could just do it.
Wow. Come here.
But there's no evidence to show that they could do it. It's just thinking.
Oh,
And I say,
there's no
I think
evidence.
the correct
that exists.
thinking is there's no fucking way they can do it. There's no
Why?
way.
Oh,
I'm gonna say goodnight, guys. I'm gonna take care of her real quick.
So I mean, again, if
So
somebody,
why is it impossible?
I'm just being fair. If somebody
not being
thinks
fair.
that they,
You are. I think you're just being closed-minded and
I'm not being closed-minded.
sure you are.
I'm dealing with reality. Here's how I'm being fair. If you think there's a path, either one of you or anybody else in the Bigfoot world, why aren't you putting up trail cams there? Because it seems
Trail
like you're
cams
good
don't-
at least catch them.
Trail cams don't
It's
do
a choke
shit.
point, right? It's a choke point.
And
So
you're
you
right.
think here's the path.
They don't
Line
do
it
shit.
with fucking trail cam.
I've
Like,
been
catch them.
I've been doing this for years, man, and I have deployed so many trail cameras, and I have never caught one on trail camera. But I hear them all the time, religiously. Every weekend I'm in the woods, I hear them. I see the sign religiously.
Well, that I mean,
I've
well,
never.
then why are
I've never
we,
catch
why
one
are
on
we
trail
talking
camera.
about a nationwide search?
What?
Like you got them all around you, right?
They're all over the West Florida Panhandle, everywhere in South Alabama. I mean, we do these things on a regular
What
basis.
square mile area?
Huh?
What square mile area?
Would I say they stay in around here?
No, he's saying how many square miles? Like the
Yeah, how
area,
many square mile area? You said they're all over
the
this
panhandle.
area.
and Southern
What
Alabama.
square mile?
Yeah. I mean, just alone in the Blackwater River State Forest is 300,000 acres. Just Blackwater State Forest alone, on top of Apalachicola National Forest, which is the largest state forest in the state of Florida.
Right.
So, I mean, we get reports daily from the West Florida Panhandle, South Alabama. There's an active piece of property that I do research in Alabama, and hell, they come up to the man's house.
All right. So you're saying there? I think you just said three. Did you say 300 acres? 300,000.
1,000 acres. That's just my area that I go to is 300,000 acres, and then there's
You
another.
explore 300,000 acre area.
I've been hunting and fishing on Blackwater for 20 years.
How in the hell do you explore a 300,000 acre area? on
I know.
foot?
I can't say I've explored all of the 300,000 acres, but I have done enough. I've done my fair share. I mean, 20 years
Okay,
worth.
so that narrows them down to a smaller area. So what's that smaller area that you explore, which is not that big?
How you figure?
What do you mean how I figure? You can't explore a 300,000 acre area in your lifetime. So
I never.
what is the actual area where you're having activity?
It's maybe a 5 mile radius, 3 mile radius.
4 miles.
That's
Four
just that's
square
just
fucking
that's just one
miles.
area I go to.
That's a tiny area, man.
Okay, so what are you trying to? What is your point? Where are you trying to
My
go?
point is, I just backed you off. You said 300,000 acres.
That's the part.
and
Size of the park.
I
that he
just
goes.
got
That's
you
the
to
size of the
admit
forested
the
area.
activity.
300,000 acres.
Yeah, the activity is basically within a 4 square mile area.
I get reports from all over that entire region, not just one spot. I've talked to FWC officers. I've talked to Florida Forestry Service. I mean,
Doesn't matter. That's anecdote. That's not evidence.
I'm not saying it's evidence. I'm just saying it's reports.
Yeah, it's just not evidence. So that doesn't mean there's actually a fucking Bigfoot there.
Okay, I don't understand
or
the logic here,
You
brother.
lose
does
that.
you know?
You're
or does
changing your
there
argument.
is actually a Bigfoot there because somebody said so.
I've seen them with my own two eyes.
Okay, in your area, you've seen one. Cool.
I've seen them from the tip of the Panhandle all the way to fucking Jacksonville.
Okay, so you've explored a much larger area than we're talking about.
I've been all over the state of Florida. I've been almost all over the state of Alabama, South Georgia, Lower Mississippi.
Okay, so you have personally witnessed Bigfoot in what size area?
It's all different spots of the state.
Doesn't matter,
Like,
it doesn't matter if it's different. What size? What's the
couldn't-
scope?
it's in the middle of a state forest, man. I don't understand what you're getting at.
So are we back to the 4 square mile thing, or you're talking
I
about
could-
seeing them
I-
in
I'll tell you.
Jacksonville? Like,
I couldn't tell you. I just have been all over the Panhandle of Florida in different spots and have had things happen and have seen them. That's all I'm saying.
Chuck Gonzalez, good to see you.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to dial you into an area, like a square mile area that
No
you've
one could
ever
tell you
had
a
a
4 mile area. That's
Bigfoot in.
impossible.
Yeah, you're asking for it's a weird. I'm
That's
not
like,
even-
that's like
trying-
asking why is
it's not
the water
hard.
wet?
Like I've seen a squirrel in North Georgia. I've seen a squirrel in South Georgia.
You've seen the
That
what?
is, yeah. Like I've seen a squirrel in North Georgia. I've seen a squirrel in South Georgia. That's about 300 miles.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So you've seen a Bigfoot A, B, and C. Calculate the mileage between those.
Get on Google Earth and measure it yourself, brother. It ain't that big of a deal. I don't understand what does square mileage have to do with it.
I'm just trying to figure out how big of an. It's context to what we were talking about.
No,
How
it's
big in an area have you
You
seen
have,
these things?
you have blown this so far out of proportion. It's not even funny.
You haven't?
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
have.
blowing anything out of
Dude,
proportion, dude. I'm
dude,
asking
yeah.
a question.
Like you keep changing like what you're asking.
yeah.
We're-
That's
we're-
what I said. Keep changing the subject.
I give you an answer.
No,
you
don't.
come with another
I'm
question.
picking you one subject. The area of, like, dude, for 5 minutes, Tyler, I've been asking you the kind of size of area where you see Bigfoot. That's the only subject I've fucking been in for 5
My
minutes.
normal area that I go to is anywhere from 3 to 5 miles, just where I normally go to do my research. What does that have to do with it?
That's his personal research area is 3 to 5 miles circumference, but he
Okay.
will research anywhere, and he's
I
been
agree.
southeast.
Yeah, but the second he interjected, I've seen him in Jacksonville. I've seen
I've
him
seen-
here. Like,
I've seen
so
him
now
from-
I'm trying to get the bigger area of where you've seen them.
Well, what is it from Jacksonville to Tallahassee or whatever?
Just check the mileage.
It's
I mean, there's no way to calculate how every single place I've been to and have had these encounters and have seen them to give you just an answer right off the rip would tell you how many square miles it was. No one can do that.
that's like asking the path of which path would Bigfoot take. There's
No, I get
path.
that. I was just asking. I was just trying to get a understanding of, because he was the one that started to interject. Oh, I've seen him all these other places too. I'm trying to get an idea of that kind of area where you've traveled and seen him in different places. Like, what are we talking? We talking 400 square miles? We talking
I couldn't tell
500 square
from
miles?
my area is 3 to 5 miles, but all these other places I've been to have been weekend trips, man. I couldn't even tell you how to get to where we were at because I had to follow people to go into where we went. Like there's
In
no way I
Florida?
can give you an answer on everywhere I've gone the square mileage. That's just impossible.
Well, that's not what I asked you.
Yeah, it is.
oh,
That's exactly what you asked.
that's
Right.
not what I asked. I didn't ask for specifics. I asked the
You
only
literally just
specific I asked for is the general square mile area. That's it.
And exactly, and that's an answer that cannot be. That is a question that can't be answered.
I don't know. It's called geography. It can't be answered.
Right.
Okay, then check the mileage. You tell me.
I tell you what.
Check the mileage. Get on Google Earth and just see what the mileage is. Draw a
So
line.
are you mostly talking about Florida?
Go from Pensacola, Florida, all the way to the outskirts of Jacksonville,
Probably about what,
and see
600
what the mileage is.
So like through the green swamp and all that too.
Like just from
All that.
where I live to Tallahassee is almost 300 miles. So it's
So mostly Florida.
Yes. I mean, figure northern Florida, all of northern Florida.
yeah.
That's basically what you're covering.
Okay, that's fair. And so how many sightings in that area that you just described have you personally had?
I've had one sighting over toward the eastern part of the Panhandle. In each spot I've been to in the eastern part of the Panhandle, it's been one sighting.
I'm listening. Sorry, I'm listening. Please continue. I am listening. I promise.
No, it's just been one time from going on these weekend trips.
What kind of sighting was it? How far were you?
Oh hell, man! It was anywhere from 60 yards to well over 100. I mean, just looking at them through thermal. But
That's how you go out through a thermal.
yeah, through thermal. And when I first got my thermal, I didn't know how to take pictures and video with it. It was given to me, and then I finally figured it out. And it's like, damn, why didn't I do that when I first had it?
Had you known.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have a thermal, but it's for an iPhone, and I broke my iPhone, so now I have a thermal that I can't use. Although I do have an iPad with me from work, so it might work with that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm wanting to upgrade my thermal pretty soon.
This is just a small FLIR one, but it works.
Yeah, the one I've got is a FLIR, but it's called a TK Scout. It's like $500 new.
Okay. Yeah, this wasn't. I don't know. This was a gift as well. Actually, it was from the 168 when it was part of the equipment that was used there because they had raffled a lot of the stuff off, and somebody got it and gave it to me or some. I forget where it came from. But
Interesting.
So I'm curious, dude. Like, so what did you see? And I'm genuinely curious. I'm not being an asshole. I'm not trying to beg you. Like, what did you see when that happened to you?
It was mostly through thermal is when I seen them. Thermal was twice, and the third and fourth time were from spotlights. We're out shining fields looking for deer because I've got family scattered all across the west, all the way across the Panhandle, and we were shining for deer one night with a big old 2 million candle powered spotlight, and you can see their eyes shine at the base of the grass and get up and literally start walking across the field. We could see the silhouette of them, and we could see their eyes glowing, but I've only seen them twice during the day.
what was the eye shine like? What color?
Like a amberish gold mixed with maybe throw a little bit of red in there.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
So
I've never had the privilege, of seeing anything like that.
okay,
I've seen weird shit like paranormal stuff, but
was it mostly a silhouette, or I mean, obviously you lit it up some, if you could tell the hair color and stuff.
Oh no, it was way too dark, man. Way too dark. I couldn't. It was probably 2, 3 in the morning, So it was just a dark outline. It was he was a pretty good ways off. He was well over 120 yards.
That's a distance.
Yeah, he was out there. It was a big peanut field. Cornfield.
Did that spook you? Did that spook you in the moment? Did you go, oh shit?
Well, yeah, I was like, oh shit, there he is. But I wasn't scared or nervous. But there's been
like you were looking for deer and you saw that. It's like, oh,
yeah. Well, I mean, I've been doing research on this since I was about 16 years old, and I'm 31 now.
Looking at. It's not like the guy, your neighbor who's never even thought of Bigfoot sees one.
Right.
You know what you're looking at. So there's difference there. It's part of your paradigm.
Yep. That's exactly right.
And that's why I think I would react differently, than the guy next door. I would know what I'm looking at. I wouldn't be like, what the fuck?
Well, it's like
myself, but I don't know.
It's like what I tell people. You don't know how you're going to react. You might think you react one way until he's whether 10 steps or
bullshit, dude.
What's bullshit?
That shouldn't be allowed, dude. So back to the fucking. We're gonna have adult conversations. People should not be allowed to call me like a fucking asshole in chat. I would never allow that. And dude, whatever. But that's why I say that's bullshit. Because that's the kind of fucking discourse that doesn't belong. I never called anybody an asshole.
No, I agree. I see it. I didn't see it until now.
I didn't call I never called Polly an asshole because I love Polly. I would never call you an asshole, Mobes, or you, Tyler. I'm just trying to have discussions that I think.
That's all we're doing.
Different discussions.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not afraid to ask hard questions. I'm not afraid to put a different opinion out there that doesn't match the narrative of the Bigfoot world.
Because technically, there's nothing concrete on any of this. It's all by anecdotal reference, all put together for people to come up with a synopsis on what these things are. It's everyone's different. Everyone has different experiences and sees things differently. So I fully respect that. Like people, think they're an extraterrestrial and walk through portals. Personally, I don't believe that to an extent. But before I got into the Bigfoot subject, I didn't believe in any of that until I had experiences in the woods growing up, deer hunting, and then I seen it. And then I was like, anything's possible. Don't get me wrong. They could be affiliated with extraterrestrials. We don't know. I'm not ruling out as a possibility, but until I see that with my own two eyes, that's not going to be a possibility in my brain, but I don't rule it out.
No, it's being open-minded.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what do you say to that? And by the way, like Joe Parker, if you want to come on here and have a actual discussion with me,
it won't be here.
I'm all for it. Just don't fucking don't come with this spear in your hand and with the asshole thing, man. I can have discussions without spears in hands. Now,
it's good to see you, by the way.
Yeah, and so Tyler, when you hear people talking about portals, so my mind goes right to the exact same thing that I was talking about before. There's no way. There's really no path. I'm not saying it couldn't ever be done, but there's no legitimate migration path between fucking New York and California.
I wouldn't say they would.
I understand.
Yeah, I don't think they would migrate.
I don't either. I just say they could.
But I'm saying it's a possibility if one had a wild hair up its ass and just said, hell with it, I'm going to go to the damn West Coast. He could do it, but do they migrate that far? I don't think so.
I doubt it. No.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But I think they could make.
that's
I
my
think
whole
they could
point.
make the journey though without being seen. I think that's 100% possible.
I don't think they can just fucking go wherever they want without being seen. Nobody sees them in downtown Chicago. They're not hanging in downtown Chicago. They're not hanging out in fucking Manhattan. They're not hanging out
There's no reason to.
in Atlanta. You know, so
Yeah.
there are boundaries. My point is there are boundaries. There has to be boundaries unless they are magical beings. But then for some reason they're magical beings that don't actually go to those places, and it's a whole different thing. So that's why you're being skeptical about portals, and for good reason. You seem like a smart enough guy. I'm sure you are. And you're like, well, there's no testable definition for what a portal even is. Therefore, how do I accept some anecdote or opinion for people that just they go through portals? That's what they do, you know. Like,
Hey, if they believe that, hey, 100% power to them, because I can't knock on my beliefs because everyone has different beliefs. But
no, this isn't about belief, though. See, that's the thing. I'll challenge you on that. This is not a belief issue. Belief requires faith. Belief turns it into a fucking religion and then a cult. It's not about belief. It's about why the fuck are people saying 8-foot tall monkey man in the woods? Why? That's it. It's a question, and we use science to answer that question. We don't use primitive fucking thinking of the sun god, the sun's god, the moon's god, the chases under the sky. We don't use primitive thinking. So it's not a belief. So when somebody says, oh, they use portals, you shouldn't say you respect that. You should challenge that and say, what the fuck is a portal? Other than what you've seen on science fiction shows like Star Trek, what the fuck is a portal? You can't even define what a portal is or where it goes. It's a convenient excuse for they dip out in a way that we don't understand. And that's
I wouldn't say it's convenient.
To those people. You shouldn't respect their beliefs.
Well, I respect anybody's belief or opinion on anything. I don't judge people based off what they think's real, what they think isn't real.
Really?
We're all entitled to think what we want to think.
I would challenge you to that.
Well, you can challenge me all day long.
If you had a loved one, if you had a loved one laying on the street from an auto accident, right?
Okay.
And that loved one's bleeding out.
Okay.
Would you? I'll give you two choices to pick from: the fucking ambulance driver, or the fucking chick with a fucking a thing over her head, who's like, I have mystical powers that can heal this woman right now. Which would you pick?
I mean, I would do both. Tell her to do mystical powers and be on the call 911.
You would let her pour a substance that you know nothing of into your loved one's open wounds? Or would you just fucking go with the ambulance fucking guy?
I mean, if they're bleeding out bad enough,
you do anything if you're desperate.
Yeah, exactly. You'll do anything if you're desperate.
In that situation, yeah. If you know they're going to die, no matter what you do something.
Yeah.
Oh, I give you a choice, though. I said there's an ambulance crew right there. And there's also this fucking...
if there's an ambulance crew...
power chick. Like,
if there's literally an ambulance right here, obviously I'm going to go with an ambulance because they're professionals on doing that. But if, let's say, they're 10 minutes out and my loved one's laying on the ground bleeding, like this, and it's like, we don't have 10 minutes, and this lady comes and says, I have something at our work, shit, go for it. Like when you give the term bleeding out, that means they don't have much time.
Yeah. Not me. Like I would never I would never pick the mystical chick who says she can, heal all wounds. I would never pick her.
Well, see,
I
that's
figured out a way to figure it out myself.
everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
You know,
I hope I'm not around you during a car crash.
the
everyone's
point is that you'll always go with the ambulance crew because that's reliable, scientifically proved fucking shit.
Yeah.
You'll never. I don't want the ambulance crew. I'm gonna pick the mystical shit, and that's the kind of how everybody should look at everything with the Bigfoot subject. You actually do need to go with more scientific thinking, critical thinking, and not just imagination and hyper speculative anecdote.
Oh,
whatever
yeah, I
that
agree.
means.
But that is when you say someone's bleeding out, it could be just a small puncture wound that you could put pressure on and keep them from bleeding out until an ambulance arrives, or they could have their damn intestines hanging out and they're losing a pint of blood like it's nothing. So, I mean, that's kind of a catch-22 in my opinion.
No, it's actually a pretty simple example. It's do you go with the professional ambulance crew or the mystic chick that says she has magical healing power? That's how I framed it.
And so,
Yeah.
if given the chance and they're side by side, most people are going to go with the fucking ambulance.
All of them. In a
Not all of them.
scenario,
There are some
you know?
people who won't, I'm sure.
It
And-
depends on the severity of how bad they are bleeding out.
I
So,
don't think
anyway,
it depends on shit. Like, you know,
you can't speak for everybody, Pat.
no, I
You
can't.
can't say what
You're
everybody's
right. Somebody would actually make the horrible wrong decision in that, but I can lay that example out to you and your audience, and they can think what they would do. And
Real
I'm
quick,
sure
Miss
you're
Dill, good
going
night.
with the
Thank you.
ambulance crew 100%.
All right. Listen,
I mean,
guys,
that's
we're
what I
gonna.
would do.
I'm calling this a night.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on, Mods.
Anytime, man. Anytime. Thanks for hanging out this long.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, man. Pat, nice meeting you.
Have a good night, Pat.
Later,
Good
man.
night. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, bud.
Take care. Thanks, man. Guys, thank you for everybody hanging out. You never know what's going to happen here. Hope we didn't upset you too bad. But yeah, on behalf of Stevie and myself, thank you so much. We will be back on Tuesday. So you guys have an amazing weekend. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button below. If you're new, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you'll get notified every time we go live or if we do any shorts, anything like that. And don't forget to comment. Jackie, it was good to see you. Joe, definitely good to see you. It's good to see everybody. Have a great night. Peace and God bless.